Good afternoon. Really do apologise for this. Not quite sure what's happened, but there we go. So there we go. Oh,
hang on. I think we're just waiting for a few more people to. There we go. Oh,
come on.
It's a bit bright, isn't it? Let me. Oh, hang on. I'm skidding on sandpaper here.
Okay.
Yeah. You got your water? My water. Oh, absolute nightmare. Something's gone kaput on the switcher, isn't it? Basically, so yeah, we've had to. Oh, hang on, I've just had a notification. Oh, thank you, Anthony. It just means I can't show you a picture. I'm gutted.
Unfortunately,
I'm so sorry, but we'll do that next week.
That's not a viewer's link.
Oh.
Okay. Let's share. Let's.
Can I turn that light off?
That.
Or do we need it on?
We need it on. How about that one? Oh, these places.
Okay.
There we go. Try that one.
Hopefully that will work. So we've only got one stream of questions as well, I'm afraid.
Really are. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming on. Really do apologise for this. Really don't know what happened. Nothing's changed, but the switcher wouldn't connect to the internet. We restarted, turned it off, restarted it, even put a new lead through. For some reason or other, it just did not connect. So I have no idea. Apologise for that. I've been rushing around.
You really have, haven't you? Shall I fan you?
Should have the fan up here, shouldn't we? Thank you.
It's a bit noisy, that's the only thing.
That's enough.
I could just do that, couldn't I? Get a big feather, feed me some grapes.
Oh, yeah, feed me some grapes. That'd be a nice way. So, yeah, really do apologise. The messing around. We'll stay on a little bit later for you all, guys. So, let me just pop onto here, make sure everyone's coming across. Try that. Yep, that one works. Cool.
Lovely. Thank you. There was another stream open as well, I think, which we did by mistake in our blind panic.
But this is the one that we can be using.
But we're nothing if not persistent.
Yes. So there we go. So yeah, so you should have the notification coming up saying that I've just named it rescheduled. So really do apologise for that. As I said, I don't know what's happened, but we were in a bit of a rush. Simply turned everything back on for where we left it 2 weeks ago, and it didn't connect. So I don't know. It's
been one of those days. We've had because we're a functioning shop as well, so we've had a new alarm system put in. So that's been happening over a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
you need to decide to have a bit of a chops at 10 to 4.
He's lovely. He liked to chat though. It didn't help that to test the alarm, everybody had to sit perfectly still. And last week when it happened, I moved. Of course, it had to be me and set the alarm off. So they left me in the workshop, went off to test the alarm. I'm sat there like this with my hands on my knees like this, even with my eyes closed because I couldn't trust myself not to blink. I did breathe, but only very shallow. Tested the alarm. I'm there for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes thinking, it's awfully quiet because they just didn't tell me it was all over. I'm sat there like that.
Oh, right. Dear. So yes, we did have a lovely break. Yes, we went to Bellamadana, how do they say it? We say Bellamadina. Madina, yeah.
Bellamadina. I think that's how they look.
Yeah, we went there and it was very nice, very warm, nice break, nice few days. We managed to escape the country before the IT meltdown. We flew out at 6. Apart from this IT meltdown now. But yeah, we managed to get out and about before all that happened. So yes, we were very lucky with that. And we came back last week. It's a few days in the shop. Nice weekend off. One of my kids came up and their husband to see us. So yeah, we've had a really good time, really nice break. And now we're itching to get back into the swing of things, aren't we?
Yeah, it's been great. So what's been happening? But I paid them to keep you there sitting alone. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I felt such a wally. But yes. We are sponsoring an award at this year's NAJ Awards.
The National Association of Jewellers.
Yes, so we are sponsoring Workshop Professional of the Year. So yeah, we're really excited about that. So the the entries for the awards close on Wednesday. So if you know anybody you think deserves recognition, I think there's Workshop Professional of the Year, there's Service Supplier, there's Product Supplier of the Year. Have a little look anyway, because and if you think anybody deserves recognition, then yeah, absolutely enter them, because it's a really, really brilliant event, and it's just celebrating excellence in the trade, which is always a really, really great thing, and it's why we love the opportunity to support and sponsor an award. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
And you can do that at naj.co.uk, naj.co.uk, which is really good. Unfortunately, we can't show this either.
No, but we'll email you all. That's something else.
Because I'm not quite sure if we scan that. So basically, on the 1st of August,
That's this Thursday, Matt. Now you know it's this Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
That's like no time at all. It's going to be August.
I know. So the 1st of August, the Birmingham Assay Office is doing a talk called UK Hallmarking Explained. Maria Brennan, who is the commercial manager, gave us this little bit of a picture. So you may be able to use this, might get nice and close onto that, perhaps not. But I'm sure if you go onto the assayoffice.co.uk and search for the UK Hallmarking Explained, you get 50% off your fee. And I think it comes down to about £12.50 plus the booking fee.
The thing is, it's going to be, £25. It's
cheaper ships.
It's very, very reasonable, isn't it? So but for £12.50, 2 hours of learning about the Assay Office and hallmarking is brilliant.
Let me see this, yes we can. So let me just put this code in: BAOTYTOT4. So if you go and register on the course and go on the course and you put in BAOTY2024, the course should be reduced down to £12.50 plus booking fee if you are in the area of the Birmingham Assay Office on Thursday. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I am looking at my phone, but it's just keep an eye on questions.
Good. So we shall see what the questions are. Anything else happening? Are we allowed to say anything about what you're doing?
What am I doing?
Next week. Or not?
No,
we won't.
Maybe wait.
No, we're going to wait.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to wait on that. But yeah, so it's all good. As I said, we've been a bit stressed out. Engineer's been here sorting the alarm out. Last minute gremlins, and do apologise. So let's have a look and see. I was going to do that to try and scroll down. But
you can't. Yeah, we can. You can't.
Good.
I've got a touch screen. Sorry.
So in theory, we could go on to that, couldn't we, and have a look at the old questions.
Did anyone have trouble getting registered for the jewellery show? Oh no, I don't. Well, I don't think we've done it yet, have we? Actually,
we haven't done it. No. You do have to provide a photograph, don't you?
It's a photograph. It's normally a business card, isn't it? I think you have to prove that you
are in the trade.
That you're in the trade. But if you've got a business card, then that's
I don't bite. I don't smell. Well, I do smell actually.
I don't know. But to be honest, you do all that kind of admin, don't you? So,
yeah.
But
I don't know. What sort of problem have you been having? And we'll certainly have a look and we'll check it out. But I know it's not straightforward. You've got to upload a photograph, and I know Louise had a problem 2 years ago with your photographs saying
they said I didn't have a face. It didn't recognise my face as a face. Much to your delight. That was when we got there, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Said,
there was something.
I didn't recognise me as a person or something.
Yeah. So I do apologise for that. But yeah, if you have other problems, just let us know, and perhaps we can try and sort something out for you. I think we know Lee. What's the gentleman's name? Leroy, the organizer.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We can certainly find out for you by all means. Good. What are the
Anthony,
questions we got?
How is your academy course going? The At the Bench. Yeah, the At the Bench diploma. How's that going? What project are you currently on? Well, I'm nearing my final project, actually.
You are, because you've been going through it all bit by bit.
The biggest problem I'm having with the diploma is as soon as I learn something, I'm so excited and filled with inspiration and filled with ideas, I just kind of go off down rabbit holes.
Go off there.
Yeah, I've got ideas, and I've got my own ideas for my own projects and my own things that I want to make. So that's the biggest thing, is like holding back and
just going through.
Follow the course. Yeah, without getting carried away.
Which in one respect is good.
It is good because I'm practicing everything I've learned. Yeah.
And it goes to show you that what we are teaching within the films, because Louise is just going through the films are that good, the fact that then you can go on and start to make things like virtually straight away without having to, oh, how was that again? How did that work again?
Yeah.
But it hasn't actually started yet, is it?
It hasn't
officially
started. Well, I was the guinea pig, wasn't I?
Yes.
So, because when I started it, had very, very little knowledge. I could do very basic soldering. I couldn't pierce in a straight line. I can now, and the rest. Not to toot my own horn, of course. But So it's definitely testament to the course that it's given me the skills and the capabilities to freestyle, really, and just do all the things that I want to do.
Exactly.
And that's why I just need to stay focused and stay on track, because the more I learn now, obviously the better my work's going to be, because my skills and capabilities are going to grow.
Exactly.
So it's all very exciting. Thank you for asking.
But that starts
get an idea, but yes. I've got a book, and I've done my drawing's not great, but I understand my own drawings. I kind of keep it to myself in my bag in case anybody sees my drawings. But yes, I've done that, and I've got some silver.
Yeah.
And I've costed out the silver, so I've made notes of what I'm going to make from each bit and how much that's cost and how many things I'm going to make from each strip, each piece, each whatever. So I've tried to work out, so I can work out the cost of each thing I'm making. So that might be something we can talk about with the diploma students, actually, because that's
working out costings.
Absolutely, you need to keep a track of what everything's costing you.
Yeah, but that's starting to the students on the 9th of September.
So excited.
That's when that will go live.
Yeah, it's going to be so great.
To our students, yes.
Emmy, hi, lovely. You've got a question. My first question on a live. Yay. I'm looking to make my brother a ring for his birthday. Oh, that's lovely. I want to make it using 2 pieces of 2.3mm wire, which I plan to solder together to make a bigger ring. Would you solder the wires together before or after you form it? By the way, you both look tanned and beautiful. Oh, thank you very much.
I think it would be easier to make the 2 rings first and solder them then side by side. If you try and solder long wires side by side, that each length of wire has to be perfectly flat in every dimension. So in this dimension and in that dimension, so it mustn't wobble in this direction. Do you know what I mean? So basically you have your squares of metal like this. And if there's a slight variation, there's a wobble in your wires that does that. Yeah, it's never going to solder side by side. So it's easier to make up the 2 rings to the right size. And it's easier then to flatten those rings to make sure they're flat, and to file them or to buff them, so the 2 rings will come together absolutely perfectly that way. And you don't have to worry then about the metal not being straight or the metal moving, because again, when you solder these side by side, there's a chance that one will go up, one will come down, or they'll come apart, and it's a complete mess. 2 rings side by side, you can get the right sizes, you can get the surfaces nice and flat on both sides. Then perhaps you can lay one on top of the other and then solder it, or you could sweat solder. So you'd have your sort of 2 rings coming around like this, yeah. And then you could sweat solder on top of the 1 ring like that, and then put the other ring on top, and then you can just warm them up. You can hold them together with binding wire, with titanium clamps to hold them together, and that would be the best way to make the ring wider. But if you are just trying to make a ring wider, why not buy the metal at the right width? You could do it that way. Unless what you could do is that when you've actually soldered together your 2 rings, yeah, and when you solder the 2 rings together, you could always like file a groove between the 2. So the side profile would be that. and then you'd be able to differentiate them between the two.
Nice.
There we go. And that's about the best thing that I can do.
I've missed some questions. I'm so sorry. Norbert is saying, would you have any information on how to fill out the forms for the assay office? They're so complicated. I think it's 2 forms, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't done it in years and years and years.
Yeah.
You've done yours recently, haven't you?
It's probably best if you give them a ring or drop me an email, because I've done it recently, and then I can help you out. Yeah. So yeah, if you either get in touch with me or the assay office,
they'll help you.
Yeah, they're great. They're really great.
Nice
so yeah. And I'm so sorry I missed Jill's question as well. Sorry, Jill. I'm drilling different size holes for rivets, working through the drill bit sizes. The small ones have been fine, but the larger one are stalling and catching. I'm using wax and cut lube.
Okay. So you haven't said what size. If I know what you mean, when you try and put a drill into a hole that's already there, sometimes the teeth will catch and it won't go through nicely. What the best thing to do would be to try and increase your speed a little bit more, increase the speed so it's going around faster, and just gently just bring the drill down into the hole, keeping that speed quite high. The other way around it is that what you could do is, let's just turn around a minute.
I think we've got adverts in here as well. How do we stop the adverts? Do you remember?
Oh, no idea. No idea.
Oh gosh.
So here is your section of metal.
Hang on.
And these are the holes you've drilled, okay, through. Okay. So those are the holes. So you want to make this hole a bit bigger. What you could do is get a little setting burr that does that. Yeah. And just to remove this edge here, okay, this is the edge that the drill is going to be catching on. And if you happen to chamfer that a little bit, just to take that edge off, when you come then to drill through the top of this, okay, there's your drill, bit like that. And then when you come to drill, the drill edge here isn't going to catch on this sharp edge. It'll be a little bit smoother, and the drill then should be able to go in just that little bit easier because you've just taken off that little sharp edge. It only has to be, you could even use your fingers just to remove that edge, and then the drill should be able to go through. But make sure this is running at quite a high speed. So if you run it quite slowly, it may still catch, but a nice high gentle speed coming down, and it should be able to go through it no problem at all.
Okay. Can you make the chat come back, please? I've tried to get rid of the adverts, but I don't want to mess with it too much because we've only just got this.
Where's the
got
chat,
the stream back, and now I've lost the chat. I'm on top chat on here. I think we're missing some questions because, yeah, Jill, I'm not sure where your question is. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, what is happening today?
You've done something, Louise. I can't get
I'm
top chat.
sorry.
Picture in picture. No idea. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I do apologize.
I'm on the wrong kind of chat.
I can share the screen. I can share.
Yeah. Okay, let's not. Sorry. Jill, put your question in again, and I'll. Sorry, 3 mil.
Yeah, but definitely do this technique here, just taking that edge off, and it should be a lot easier for you to do. Yeah, I can't get your chat back, I'm afraid, Louise.
Right, okay. So sorry, guys. It's going to be one of those days, I think. So yeah, sorry about the adverts. If you get any adverts.
I don't think it says that there's no adverts mid-roll.
Okay, perhaps they were just at the start then. Okay, don't mess with it.
There.
Okay. Louise says, it is a pain, but I had no problem. They responded quickly after it was submitted. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Jane is saying, when is the Argentium workshop? Super excited. It's next week.
Next Monday, the 5th of August.
I'm excited.
Just got to finish it off tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we'll be sending out the the invites to all at the event members, and it'll be on social media as well. And that should be going out, if not tomorrow, it'll be going out Wednesday.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. Roger is saying I filled in the JS forms.
Jewelry show.
Oh yeah. Then had to send pictures of what I make and a copy of my Hallmark registration because my website is currently a place holder. Wow. Oh, but not everyone's got a website though. It doesn't mean that they're not in the trade.
No. Okay, we have to have a look into that, aren't we? And find out what's going on there, because that seems to be a bit. That's an awful lot, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Anthony says, your jewellery design books must be filling up with so many ideas. How do you filter them out? I do plan, don't I? I set aside my playtime is a Friday morning. So I come in early, sometimes in as early as 7 o'clock in the morning. And I plan what I'm going to do because I know I've got like 2.5 hours then where I just allow myself to just do whatever I want. But I don't want to just be wasting time. So I do think about it the night before. And sometimes I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, aren't I? Just excited to get into work to do my playing. So at the moment, I'm just making really, really simple things. I've made like a hammered bangle, matching hammered ring, and earrings as well. And it's just a simple heart, isn't it? Punched out with a copper heart. And it's just, so I'm just making things along that sort of theme. Yeah. And once I've exhausted that, I'll move on to something else. I've made a couple of Argentian pieces as well after, because I've obviously already seen Marky's workshop. So that was brilliant. So yeah, it's just planning really.
I'm just looking,
I think is best.
Just looking now at the Jewelry Show website. It says a current photograph of yourself and a copy of your passport or driver's license. But I can't see anything where it says you have to put in items of your work.
Perhaps if you don't perhaps if you don't mention a website, they don't ask, they don't look into it.
Don't know. There's no mention of a website on here.
Okay. Maybe resubmit.
Let me just post this into
I'm a bit worried about Jill's
the chat, which I can't.
Jill, if we answered your question,
Yeah. I can't post it in the chat, Luke, because you've made the chat disappear.
Oh, sorry. Jill, if I've missed your question and we haven't answered it, can you put it back in the chat, please? I'm worrying now. Barbara's saying, I tried polishing with red rouge, previously used polymer discs and tumbled in shot, but it makes a mess. Making the silver black. What do you suppose is wrong?
Sometimes you need to increase the speed, because if it's too slow, the polish just gets deposited on the surface. So increase the speed of it, and perhaps you've got the right amount of polish, but it is the speed. You have something that's going too slow, and the polish doesn't get taken away by the soft mop. It just gets deposited. So increase the speed, and you should be able to use the mops, nice soft woolen mops, and it should just take it off. Perhaps apply a little bit more pressure as well to it, which may help take off the black. I presume the black you're talking about is the polish and not necessarily the fire scale. But if it's just the polish, more pressure, increase the speed, and that should help take it off.
Great. Okay. Anthony says, Helen, my better half, has asked me to make her a hair cuff. Any advice on tips and pitfalls, etc. before I start?
A hair
cuff. We've made a pendant out of a horse's tail, braided, and it was difficult. Well, sorry, it wasn't difficult. It was very coarse, but then horsehair will be, won't it? And it was just one of those things you kind of
very smelly.
It was good. Well, it's been next to a horse's,
a horse's tail.
It's not going to be like that, is it? That's the point I'm trying to get across. So no, but that's the only experience we've had, really, isn't it? Because I did the braiding, and you did the silver work, and it was just one of those things that took a lot longer than we thought it was going to take, and there was a lot of collaboration with the client, and it just we probably wouldn't do another one. I don't think you've asked.
No.
Yeah, that's as much as we can say, really. It's because we're not hair workers, but there are people who, if anyone can help Anthony, please do so in the chat. I'm guessing it's because you can
as in either not a hair cuff to go around your head, but a cuff to go around your wrist.
Well, I'm assuming Oh, I've got an advert. Yeah, it is annoying. Sorry about the adverts, but we've had to start an emergency stream. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah, just the woven or plaited hair cuff, I think.
Yes. If that's what you mean, yes. Plaited, you can plait it. It is really awkward. We tried to use resin on top of it, but I think the resin reacted with the horse's hair on it. So yeah, do some experimenting beforehand. A little section, perhaps if you want to put resin into it, so to make it solid. Experiment first of all with little sections of hair to make sure the resin works with it before you actually do the whole thing.
Presumably, yeah. I mean, I've seen cuffs which are just woven and they're not covered in resin or anything, because that was the challenge we had, is the client wanted it coated or covered in something. Yeah, but she wanted to be able to see and feel the hair as well, so it was difficult. Thank you. I want to use the metal that I have because I bought a lot of bullion lately. I want to use my existing stock. I'm using round, but I'll use my square. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Anthony says, in regard to completing the London Assay Office submission form, I tend to complete it online. I personally find this easier. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, sorry about the adverts. He says, to fill in the Assay Office forms, just give them a call. They'll talk you through it. Oh, fab. That's great. Thank you.
Good idea.
Penny says, I was wondering about 14 karat gold filled sheet. Cookson's cut it to size, but once cut, surely the edges are now back to base metal. I know you can solder it, but how would this work?
Yeah, it has to be cut no matter what. If it's gold filled, the core of the metal is going to be of a similar color to the gold. So even though it's a cut edge, it still should be the same color. And again, it depends upon the design on how you're going to solder it or shape it or put something together at the end of the day. If you're making a ring, well then yes, the edges are going to be exposed, and there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about that, unfortunately, unless you get a square wire or rectangular wire, and all you got to do is just cut the ends to make it completely round, because you're going to be soldering those ends together. So I think it depends on what you're making, but it should be the right color. So it's not like a green color and then there's gold on the outside. It's going to be the same color as the gold. So it just depends upon the design, really.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Sandra says, I made some Argentium ear hooks for my Sterling's allergic friend, and success. She's thrilled to have some silver she can wear. Yay! That's brilliant.
That's exactly what we want to hear.
So next week is the Argentium workshop, because I've made some, I think, quite successful Argentium pieces. I made ear studs, but I put sterling silver posts on them because I didn't have any Argentium posts. But I'm going to definitely get some, because yeah, now that we knew it was hypoallergenic, but yeah, this is great. So I think I'm going to make some complete Argentium ones with no sterling in them, because that's really cool. Thank you, Sandra.
I'm glad that works.
Yeah, that's really great. Later in the application, it asks for a business card, and as my card shows a website, they checked it and found a website. Right, okay. They emailed me asking for more info. Okay, so if your website is non-operational, maybe just have put like your Instagram account, perhaps. Yeah,
Instagram or Facebook. That's the way I would try and go around it that way, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay.
We haven't registered.
Good. Yeah, we got to.
But we'll certainly look at that.
Looking forward to the Argentium workshop. When is it? It's next Monday.
5th of August, isn't it?
2 o'clock.
2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fingers crossed we're going to get Marky on the chat as well, so she'll be able to answer your questions live as well.
Yeah, because she's the Argentium expert.
Yes,
excellent. Great. Okay. Tolga, hello, hi, welcome. Okay, Jake is saying, I get my words out a little. Different layers of metal, trying to make a sunset bracelet. How do I solder them?
I don't know without seeing how you're doing it or what you're doing it. But if you've got layers, I would sweat solder them. So if you're So if you've got a layer of, say, copper, I would then there you go. I would then sweat solder your bits of solder. Yep, heat this up. Make sure then the solder then flows over the whole area. Put another piece of metal on top of that one, and then sweat solder on top of that, and sweat solder on top. So you've got layer then with a little bit of solder, layer, a little bit of solder, layer, but don't solder them all together just yet. So basically you put them all together like that. Then when you solder them all together, you should be able to heat up all of this, and providing you put a nice lot of flux in between each layer, it should all be soldered together. When you do this, make sure you do add a little bit of pressure coming downwards to squash it all. Otherwise, you may find you've got like a layer of, say, copper, and then you've got a very thin layer of solder because there's going to be too much solder. But make sure you apply pressure on top to squash it, to squash that solder out, and then just clean up the edges. I think that's what you mean.
Because I did some sweat soldering last week, and it was piece of silver, copper, and I did the copper, and then I did the other sweat soldered copper after
on the other side.
And and the opposing side, the solder splurged out, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
When I heated it the second time and made a bit of a mess. So I won't do that again.
So there was too much solder on that piece of copper heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think if I'd soldered them at the same time like this, it wouldn't have happened?
I still think there may have been a bit too much solder, because when you squash down, the solder shouldn't squirt out. But yours did. So I think that would be the best way to do it. Yeah. Again, the most minimal amount of solder is all you need. Yeah. I think that's what you mean. Just so layer upon layer. So so a piece of metal, sweat solder, make sure there's solder on that, and do that to several layers. Stack them on top, flux in between, heat it all up, and then solder all the layers together. I think that's what you mean.
Good. Okay. Penny is very excited for the Argentium workshop. Yes. Penny says, the 14-karat gold, I was thinking about making a ring with it as an alternative to making a silver band and getting it plated.
Yeah, it would work. But if you get the right section, so I don't know what sections the gold filled comes in, but I would presume that if it's a section, say 3x4 or say 2x4, and it's rectangular, I would have thought all the sides are going to be all gold, and the core is going to be in the middle. And then obviously, once you've got the long length, you're going to be cutting the ends off. And then when you bend that round, those ends that you've cut off are going to come together. So then you should not see any of the core that's inside. But if you have a wide piece of metal and you cut a strip out, then yes, you're exposing that one edge. That may be the problem. But if you can buy it the right section, you should be able to work it okay.
Good.
Yes.
Sandra's going to be away in Cape Breton during the Argentium workshop. Do I need to register in order to be able to access the archived version? No. If you're a member, which I think you are, you can just, as soon as it's uploaded onto the workshops tab, all of the workshops, all the previous workshops will be on there. You can just watch them just whenever, as long as you're logged in.
So it's a bit ahead.
If you're not a member, you can still access them for the fee of £15, I think, which is great, I think, for 2-3 hours of a workshop. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, it works out about 2.5 hours this workshop does.
Yes.
So it's really, really good. Really looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you don't have to register. You won't need to register if you're going to be watching it live, or if you're actually paying, you need to obviously register. But as Louise says, it'll be up on the website by the end of next week. Yeah, you can watch it.
Yeah, the workshops library can be accessed at any time by anyone.
Yes.
Good.
Cool.
Okay. Any more questions?
Let's go back onto here and see if there's any questions on here. Shall we?
What have you done? You've done it. Great.
What?
The questions.
No, that's the questions from the first.
Oh, all right.
The first one. That is. So there we go. Extremely hot in Devon today. It is extremely hot, isn't it?
I feel okay.
You feel hot? I am warm. I wish I could have my shorts on today.
We could have.
We could have had my shorts on. No one would know.
You could have.
I would like to allude to the new Chancellor and now response to Janet. I don't know what that means. Okay, so anything else? Any other questions coming in, guys? Because we still got a bit of extra time that we can answer some questions. So I do apologise we had to have a new stream going on.
Okay, Barbara's saying, I've been wanting to get a rolling mill. Can you recommend one that won't break the bank?
Justin do a hobby rolling mill now. I think it's called Hobby. I haven't had one. I haven't seen one in person, so I don't know what that's going to be like. The problem is, if you go for something like that, don't expect it to function like a rolling mill that's like 2 or 3 times the price. I don't know whether it's going to be substantial enough to put texture plates and things through it, or it's not going to be able to withstand some heavy duty rolling. I think I would always try and go for just an Agile, which is going to be a really, really good, that's an Agile there. We got, I think there's one in the front room. But the Agiles, the C130s are fantastic. If you get one with a gearbox, get it. It's worth the extra money. Because if you have a direct drive and you want to do some heavy rolling down, like putting texture plates through with silver, or you've melted some silver down into little ingots and want to put that through the rolling mill, if you have a direct drive, which means the handle is directly connected through the rolls, it's going to take an awful lot of effort to roll through. That is where the gearboxes really do excel. I think it's a 5-to-1 ratio on the gearbox, which means every 5 turns of this handle turns the rolls once. So it's going to be a lot easier for you. It does mean that the rolling mill is going to be more expensive, but in the long term, it's going to be far more beneficial if you want to do things like melting down your silver to remake it, flatten it, make some round wire, desection wire, flat sheet, or put texture plates through. Always try and think about what you want to do with it in the future, and then buy a rolling mill that will manage and cope with what you want it to do, not just what you want to use it for today. So when I started first, I knew I wanted to melt down gold, melt down silver. So I bought a rolling mill that had little V grooves. So it had a flat section of the rolls. Then it had those little V grooves in the top and the bottom. And it had a little area where you could put extension rolls. But the Agiles now have those little D-sections. So the mill would look, so the section of the rolls would look like that. D-section, smaller, flat, and then like that. So that's how the section of the rolls will look. That's going to be flat to here. And then, so that's how the roll sections would do. You can get your D-section on here. You can use the flats here, and then you can do your square section on there. As I said, you can buy them really cheap. And a lot of people then will use it and then realize it's not doing what they want it to do. So they'll sell them, and there'll always be a market for rolling mills. Everyone will want rolling mills, whether they're going to be the most basic ones or the most expensive ones. But I would perhaps ask for it for a birthday or for Christmas present, something like that, and save your pennies and get one that is going to be still being able to be used years and years ahead. Something like this, which is the Agiles C130. So it's 130 mil from side to side. You can do so much more with it than if you just had a very plain one. And a gearbox is going to make life so much easier for you as well.
We need another competition, don't we?
Yes, we do. Have to ask Matthew nicely.
Yeah, why not? That'd be good, actually. Anyway, we'll try. We'll do our best. Anthony says, going to be a hot tomorrow, 30 degrees in the South Downs. Got a nice little 20-kilometre walk.
Oh, nice.
I'm so jealous.
We did a lovely run yesterday, didn't we?
We did. It wasn't lovely. We'll be contemplating some designs inspired by nature. Oh, fab.
Take your phone, take a sketchbook with you.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice, that.
Nice. That's going to be lush. Sandra said, Dustin's new special edition Agile C110 is amazing. They made the rollers flat section long enough for texture plates now. The extra wire types are on extension rollers.
Good. Good.
Fab.
It does give you more area.
We haven't had it yet, have we?
No. We've got Matthew bringing it back from America for us.
Cool. Okay. Stuart says, has Andrew tried Wolf soldering clay for holding small components for soldering? And are there any alternatives?
We haven't tried it, have we?
No.
We did have some at one stage, but I can't remember what I've done with it now. But no, we haven't tried it. It is good. The clays are really good. They are water-based, so they can dry out, but you can always mix it back up with a little bit more water. For me personally, I've never had the need to hold anything in a clay. We often use things like sort of third hands like this to hold pieces upright at an angle. We use titanium clamps. I'm not quite sure whether I got any up here. Have I? Yeah. So again, we use things like these titanium clamps. They're strips.
The claw.
Third hand claw.
I love my claw.
The claw. There's the clamps. As I said, you get your cross-lock tweezers.
My lion's claw.
The lion's claw, which actually is in the other room. So I have never found I needed it because I've got other equipment and tools that will be able to hold it for me, and that's the way it's always been for me. You can buy it. There are other alternatives. Excuse me. I think Pepe do a hold it paste as well, or you can even use something like a thermogel or a cool heat that you use for protecting gemstones, and you can also use that to hold your pieces if need be as well. And then you don't have to start buying some other equipment because you've got it on your bench already.
Yeah, well, it's what's the word?
It has thermal properties. But some people actually say you can use, and this is something that's quite interesting, you know, the old ceiling tiles, not the polystyrene ones, but like the soundproofing ones that are like compressed cardboard. Yeah.
No.
You know, like when you have the squares in the ceiling where it's like suspended ceiling.
Are they flammable though?
You'd be mixing with water. You powder them down.
Oh, okay.
You mix it then with water, and then that will be able to be held as well. Because they're not. It shouldn't be flammable because they're up on the ceiling.
Okay.
So then you can mix that with water as well. And also cat litter. You can grind cat litter down, put water with that to make that into a paste, and you can use that as well.
Oh wow! But does that won't keep anything cool though?
Oh no, it's not thermal properties, but it enables pieces to be held. Yes.
Good. Okay.
I've never tried it, but I've heard about it.
Well, we kind of stick to thermogel, don't we? Which is kind of like I always think it's like a guacamole consistency. It reminds me of avocado. It makes me hungry. Most things do though, don't they? Good. Barbara's saying my birthday's coming up next month. Perhaps I will ask for one. Cool. Janet says, I wish I was doing that walk. Yeah, me too. Seed heads, twigs, seed pods, snails, bellflower. Take a plastic pot and fill it with items. Yeah, definitely. Yes, Amco, we need a competition for sure. Sandra says, this is regarding the new Agile. I've only seen it on this site, not shipping until September. Yeah. Anthony says those materials are great to put through a rolling mill, leave beautiful impressions on copper and silver.
Nice.
You can also use a doming block to create pods, or use a carved out shaped piece of hardwood and your punches. Lovely.
Very nice.
Amco says, so you can recycle your cat litter. I wouldn't want to recycle our cat litter.
Not once it's been used, but if you've got any spare that hasn't been weed on,
or worse,
you can actually reuse it. So you should be able to do that. Yes.
Yeah, but you don't always know what they've done, do you?
No. But yeah, if you want to go to the Birmingham Assay Office on Friday to have Thursday.
It's the
1st of August.
Yeah, that's
Thursday. Which is the UK Hallmarking Explained with Marie Brennan at the Birmingham Assay Office.
This Thursday,
1st of August. You can go onto their website. You go to select that particular sort of workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop with Marie Brennan, the commercial manager. You can get half price, and you can tap in BAOTY 2024, and you get that.
Bounty.
Yeah, Birmingham Assay Office.
I know.
Not the TYs. Thank you. BAO, thank you. 2024. You should be getting that workshop at half price, £12.50 plus booking fee instead of £25 plus booking fee. So that's really good. But it's this Thursday only in Birmingham Assay Office if you want to go.
It's online, isn't it?
Was it online? I thought it was there. No, it's online. Is it?
I just assumed it was online.
Is it? I don't know. We better have a look.
Let me double check. Peter says, I use old paper ceiling tiles. It is treated to make it fire resistant with water to hold pieces together. Cat litter is a form of bentonite, which is the traditional fuller's earth casting sand. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, if you're getting pieces from a lumberyard, make sure you know what it is that you're having. I wouldn't have a clue. That's the only reason I'm saying that, Peter. I'm sure you know what you're doing, but yeah, I
just
wouldn't know one thing from the other. So yeah, so double check if you don't know what it is, please.
Cool. Very good.
Okay, good. I'm going to double check on
the Assay Office. It doesn't say on what when it came through. You forwarded me the email. It doesn't say. So check on Birmingham Assay Office. Yeah.
Well, we need to know, don't we?
Oh, we need to know. Yes. Sorry, guys, just doing this. The assayoffice.co.uk. See, it would help if I could actually spell, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's an update on current UK hallmarking regs.
Is it in person or is it online?
That's what I'm.
So if someone can have a look, I'm just trying to have a look now, but it's just trying to load. Yeah.
It's just trying to bring up bow buttons because I'm putting in BAO.
And the website's not loading at all for me.
Okay, no worries. We'll check now.
But yeah, someone can have a look for us. Oh, you've got it there. Is it on the top?
Sure,
top,
yeah, sure it's going to be
bars.
on.
Is it online? Sorry, guys, for this. We're just double checking.
No, it's going to be a really good event if you can make it. So that's why it's worth.
Aha, here we go.
Got it.
So let's have a quick look at this now. Experiences, no. Academy, no. Let's have a look. It should be far, far easier, shouldn't it? I'll tell you what, Lou. Can you point your camera at my phone? Because I've got that. Or I can point it at yours. Because we've got a QR code, haven't we? All these pictures. Here we go. I haven't got this. I haven't got the picture. How pathetic are we?
Oh,
there we go.
There we are. You got it.
Point your camera at that.
Okay, let me get this now.
Point your camera.
I'm doing it.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, this goes to Eventbrite.
UK Hallmarking Explained.
So now you should be able to copy that URL and post it in the chat.
This course is an ideal introduction to those working in jewellery and precious metal trades who would like to learn more about hallmarking. Mm-hmm. So Thursday, the 11th of August.
1st of August.
Thursday. Sorry, it's very hot in here. Thursday, the 1st of August, 9:30 till 11:30. Delivered by Marie Brennan. The course is an ideal introduction. Cover the history of hallmarking, a vital piece of consumer protection, and will update delegates on current UK hallmarking regulations. Delegates will learn about hallmarking origins with a brief history of hallmarking in the UK, the development of UK Assay Office's current hallmarking legislation, and the importance of the International Hallmarking Convention and current UK jewellery market trends.
Can we share?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we share? So copy that. Sorry. You got it. Copy that, put that into the chat.
I know. Yes.
Well done, please. Right, so this is coming into the chat. So that is the link you need. There we go. To register via Eventbrite. Put in that code BAOTY2024 and you'll get the course for £12.50 plus the booking fee. So you get it for half price. Was it online or was it in person? It doesn't say, does it?
I'm assuming.
Well, 71 people are going already.
No 71 events hosted.
Sorry.
Online. It's online. I knew it was online. You put doubt in my mind, Andrew Berry.
It is online.
It's online. So we can all go. Yay!
We can all do it.
Here we are. We're all going to go. For half price.
Half price.
Yeah. So thank you to Birmingham Assay Office for
doing that.
For doing that for us. So yeah, that's amazing. Cool.
And perhaps we'll post it into the comments of this particular film.
If we're allowed?
Yes, we are.
Oh, all right.
Why not?
Yeah, cool.
We can do it.
Yes, thank you guys.
So we'll do that.
Online. I knew it was online.
Good. Any other Any other comments? Any other questions?
Don't let me forget to get my ticket later. Remind me.
When is it again? Thursday the 1st of August. What time?
9:30 till
9:30
11:30.
to 11:30. Cool.
Great.
So we'll do that, shall we?
We'll do that.
Brilliant.
That's going to be great. Yeah. Cool. We'll be there. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Fab. Okay.
All right. We shall leave it there.
So if we don't see you Thursday, well, we won't see you Thursday because we'll just be being quiet, won't we? And not causing any trouble.
Yeah.
For once. So we'll be there Thursday for BAO, and we'll be back here Monday.
For the workshop.
I can't wait.
Everyone, if you are at the bench member, you'll be getting an email with your coupon code to get the workshop for free. If you're not a paid member of At the Bench, you'll be getting an email and you'll be charged £15 for the workshop. That'll be going out Tuesday or Wednesday, and we will put that on social media as well. If you want to go and watch our workshop online, it should be Monday.
Yeah,
2 p.m. Argentium with Marquis de Ward.
If you have if you're an At the Bench member and you get your discount code, and you get to a stage where you need to pay for the workshop, if you're paid up full member of At the Bench, you don't have to pay for the workshop. Please don't put your card payment details in and ask us to refund, because we get charged, don't we? And it's fine, we can refund it. It's not a problem at all. But we do have to pay charges to process the payment, really. So please get in touch with me beforehand, say that there's a problem.
It's asking me
don't
to pay.
Don't pay, because you don't have to pay.
Yeah. I put my coupon code in, or I'm a member, but it's asking me to pay.
Yeah.
Contact Louise.
Get in touch with me and I'll sort it right out for you.
And we'll sort that out. But don't pay if you're a paid member at the bench. Simple as that.
Yeah, great.
Good. And on that note, we shall leave it. So sincere apologies about the mess up at the beginning. I have no idea why it wasn't
working. Got to get it fixed for Monday.
Yes, we do actually.
Yeah. So we're going to have to look at that tomorrow.
That's going to be an interesting
bright and early,
isn't it? Going to be good. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us today. Sincere apologies about the mess up earlier on. Sorry we came on late. I hope we answered all your questions. And don't forget, in the chat is the link to watch UK Hallmarking Explained with Marie Brennan from the Birmingham Assay Office. Put in that code on the Eventbrite page. You'll get the workshop for half price. It'll be £12.50 plus your booking fee.
Envon Green, no, there will absolutely not be any adverts on the workshop. So yeah, I am sorry about that. It's because it was either set this session up quickly, or we wouldn't have been able to do it, basically. So it was all a bit of an emergency. We don't usually have any adverts on the live. I don't know what happens at the replay, but certainly on the live.
Adverts get put onto the replay by YouTube, yes.
Yeah, but on the live, we don't usually have any adverts at all. We opt out of them, yeah. Yes, so I am sorry, there have been quite a few today. It's just been one of those things, I'm afraid, because of the technical issues that we had. But no, there will be no adverts in the workshop whatsoever.
Good.
Okay.
And that's about it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. As I said, look out for emails coming your way if you're part of At the Bench, and if you're not, why not? If you're a free view, you get your emails. If you're a paid member, you'll get your emails. You get coupon codes, so you can get the workshop for free if you're a paid member. It's £15 for the workshop. It's worth every single penny. And if you want to join At the Bench, it's £20 a month or £200 for the year. And you have access not only to the workshop now, you have all access to the workshops in the past and also to the present, as long as you're a paid member of At the Bench.
Cool. And Argentium, I'm loving the Argentium already. It's quick, it's clean, it's hypoallergenic. It's just...
You can do things with it that you can't do with normal sterling.
Yeah, you can do things that are impossible with sterling.
Really
I've made earrings and it took me a fraction. Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it in sterling, but it's just design switch.
That would be practical with sterling.
Quick, clean,
it's going to be good. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So look out for that. Look out for the emails. Look out on social media. They'll be posted later on this week, and that will be next Monday at 2 p.m. There'll be no Q&A, but it'll be the Argentium workshop at 2 p.m. So look out for the emails. Look out on social media for all the links for that. Good. That's about it, Louise.
Good. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, everyone, enjoy the rest of your week.
Enjoy the sun.
Enjoy the sun whilst you can.
It's not going to be here for long.
Going to last. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you very, very soon. Everyone, take care. Bye-bye.